You're listening to Just My Show, your number one source for pop culture.
So Charles and Charles goes on the air on CBS in the fall of '84. On the show, I believe you were 10 years old. How old were you in real life at the time?
I was actually 11, and I turned 12 when I was on the show. I was a very young 12 for sure, and my voice hadn't changed or anything like that. I was playing a little bit younger and looked certainly no more than 10. I'm sure.
So Jason, absolutely hilarious. Almost a little reminiscent of Danny Partridge in terms of how smart he was for his age and the no fear kind of wise guy stuff, but at the same time, a lot more likable and sympathetic to the audience. That, of course, comes partly from the writers, but a lot from your performance. When you're an actor at that age, how much do you actually think about developing a character and how much direction you get versus how much of it is them casting a kid who they feel is similar to the character and just hoping they deliver the lines well?
I think it's more of the latter than the former. I think that at that age, I think they're casting for someone who is close to the character that they're writing, but also that's precocious and that can work in an adult environment. I think that there's certain things beyond just acting and delivering your lines. There's a lot of environmental things that you have to be able to handle. A sitcom is filmed, it's one episode a week. We get the script on Monday, and you tape the show in front of a live audience on Friday. And as a result of that, you would be dealing with script changes, and you would be dealing with blocking, and you'd be dealing with a lot of things. So I think that the characters the actors who develop the best in that age range, I think, are kids who are precocious, who are mature for their age, and were comfortable working around adults, and could adapt. I don't want to say that I was like putting my own touch on the character in every episode, but I think as you grow into a show that happens, and unfortunately I didn't have more than a season to really do that. I think if maybe I like to believe that I could have improved my own performances if that had come back for a second or third season and grown with the character, obviously.
You actually seem like you're having a great time. Tell me if I'm reading this right. Especially in some of the earlier episodes, you deliver like these great comeback lines, and you almost have a little smirk after, and part of it's probably the character, but part of it seems like it might be Michael, just having a great time getting to say this hilarious stuff. Is that a fair read?
I think it's a very fair read. It's actually very astute. I used to smile a lot when I was delivering my lines, and I struggled certainly in the early episodes sometimes. You've got this audience, and and it's almost like a stage production there. If they're enjoying it and they're liking it, then you can really get swept away in it. We had a gag reel at the end of the season that had every single actor, cracking up at one point or another, just because some of the material was really well written and funny. So I think that it was definitely some of that. I was genuinely having a good time on the show. The overall experience of doing the show was very positive for me at that age. I think that there was a lot of reasons for that. And not every set is as family-like as that set was, but people treated me with a lot of respect, I think, and one of maybe the other reasons was that my mom was there on my side and kind of able to keep, people respectful of that. I think that I had a parent that was concerned about me and what was going on.
For more, go to www.justmyshow.com.